Just because you don't see the rust doesn't mean you don't have it. I'm Joe Goetz, your Alliance Auto Care here in Loveland, Colorado. We're going to talk about the different types of rust and corrosion you're going to see on your G-Wagon, or if you're shopping for a G-Wagon, the key areas to look for that are going to sneak up on you. We're going to start with this truck. This one came in for an obvious rust repair. And I'm using this one as a first example because it's pretty obvious. You're going to notice around the windshield, we've got a lot of cracking and bubbling going on here, where it's lifted up and the paint's actively peeling. Something like this, where it's corroded all the way through, we are actually going to remove the glass and we're going to cut this out and fab in new sheet metal. And for those frames that are really bad, we can actually get a whole new windshield frame from Mercedes and put that in there. We're just not quite there yet on this truck. But this is a really good example of common rust issues around your windshield frame. And I keep preaching the windshield frame because we see this all the dang time. This is actually a late model truck. It's a 2016 G63, give or take 90,000 miles, but you can see it's definitely lived a fun life, and it's just time for a little bit of maintenance and repair. So again, this is the most obvious thing that we're gonna see. You lift up the rubber, water gets behind there, and we're gonna have to cut this out and replace it. Now, one of the things that we're gonna talk about is there's a modification we can do to this to help mitigate water sitting back there and causing this. Now, here is an example we're gonna move to, and this is a truck that was just purchased, and through the remote PPI, in other words, client, we looked at the pictures on this online. It's a dark color. It's a little dusty right now because it just rained, but for all intents and purposes, it looked really clean. Until we got it here, we caught something. So if you stand here with the light just right, we also have some paint bubbling and some lifting of the paint right underneath the windshield frame. Again, it's subtle and it's not really severe, but this one is a little bit more easily fixed. I don't think we actually need to cut sheet metal out of this, but this is an example where it's pretty common. If you buy a truck remotely, you're gonna get it shipped in and look really hard at stuff like this. Something like this, we actually are gonna cut the glass out. And I say cut that because this seal, you can't save it. But we actually razor blade this seal out. We save the glass because it's still in great shape. And we get in there, we take out all the affected corrosion. If we do need to cut in and TIG weld a new piece of sheet metal in there, we certainly can. We do it all the time, but I try to avoid it whenever possible. One of the things that we can do to fix this, though, is for 2024 on Mercedes during their professional line that's offered overseas, they actually offer weep holes that go into this. And they're about the size of your pinky, but it offers a drain port for water to come out through here. So we're gonna start implementing that on our rust repairs moving forward. This truck is an example where it's in for suspension refresh and a lot of other goodies. And we're gonna schedule this one for June to come in and perform the updated weep holes and complete this repair. But this is actually the only rust we found on this truck. It's actually a really clean truck. But dark colors, you gotta be careful because it's really tough when you're trying to review these trucks remotely to catch this. We didn't actually see it until it got in the shop just because they shot the photos kind of weird. So again, take it with a grain of salt. You are buying a used truck. The truck is still a phenomenal value for what he paid for it. Just has a couple little things. Now, I'm gonna show you something that caught us by surprise. For those of you that may remember, this truck, you'll see it on Adam's channel, G-Wagon. And this is a great truck. This is a low mileage example, give or take 50,000 miles, and we didn't think it had any rust on it. There's one area that caught us by surprise though. If you come around here and look inside on this door hinge, you're gonna find that we have the start of something going on. And this was one that you really gotta look for it, but man, it's there. So on something like that, what we're actually gonna end up doing, it's not a terribly invasive repair. It looks like the paint is cracked and starting to spread open a little bit, and some water got down in there. That one is actually easily fixable without getting super invasive. We are going to use what's called a rust inhibitor or rust reversal. Some people may know it as rust mort. It's basically a phosphoric acid and other chemical mixed in there. But we can spray that on there, let it set for a couple hours, sometimes overnight, and it's a chemical, it forms a chemical reaction that kind of reverses that process and deoxidizes it and puts it back to bare sheet metal. We can wire brush it a little bit. And then we're gonna use an etching primer, and believe it or not, we're just gonna dab some white paint on there to buy us some time until we need to actually pull the door off and get to it. So this is one of those things, it's in for a service, we found it, and we can't schedule it for a while because our paint booth is just booked out. So we're gonna just buy us some time on that one. So that's one of those examples, you really gotta get in there and look at it, and just because you don't see it, it doesn't mean you don't have it. So the best way to find stuff like this, if you've got a truck that you think is in really good shape, would be to wash it regularly. And by washing it regularly, not running through the car wash, take your time, use a bucket and soap, and actually get in there and wash everything, because then you're going to notice all the little subtle imperfections. Now, we're going to look at one last truck on the body side. This one is a 1995. This one's actually getting for a full restoration, full recreation. It looks really good from far, and for all intents and purposes it is. This side of the truck looks great, but something's interesting when we come around to this side of the truck. And what we found is all the clear coat's peeling off of it. So you can kind of catch some of this action. Got some of this action here. Doesn't look like we're rusty yet until we get back here near the tailgate and we see that the color is actually starting to come off, and we've got a little bit of rust forming there. So given that this entire truck is going for a complete transformation, we're going to end up taking this down to the bare shell again and starting over with it. But this is an example where I think the truck was parked one particular direction and the sun baked it from one side and not the other. So fortunately we caught it. It's getting the full thing. Now, let's talk about your chassis, because there's two parts of this equation. One is going to be how the body reacts to rust, and the other one is going to be how the chassis reacts to rust. Now this truck is an interesting one. We have, let me grab a flashlight here. We've sold this truck about 5-6 years ago. It came back in, the new buyer purchased it, and it's making a pit stop here on its way home. And we're going through it, and for lack of better words, just kind of QCing some stuff and taking care of a lot of little odds and ends. But there was note of some rust and corrosion on the shock mounts. So body is one thing, but the chassis is another thing that you need to pay really close attention to. And the most common area is going to be your rear suspension mounts. So come down here with me. On this, there's a couple different areas. We have the rear shock and the rear shock mount, and then we have the spring perch. But on this one, we've got a little bubble forming up here. And this isn't really severe. It's kind of like a big wart. Something like this, because the structural integrity of everything is good, the welds are good, and nothing is really flaking apart. We can actually sand this down and recoat it with an industrial coating. We actually use an industrial coating that's made by Sherwin-Williams that they use on like skid steers, bobcats, that kind of stuff, and it works really phenomenally well on this. So we'll sand it down to the bare metal, we'll etch it, and then we'll shoot it with that just to kind of reset the process. This side's totally savable. We don't have to get too crazy on this one, but the other side is interesting. So you can go one of two ways on this. You can in theory shoot it the way it is to buy yourself some time, but something like this, where it's much more severe, and we've got flaking going on where the actual metal is starting to flake up, this tells me we've got some structural damage going on. So in the case like this, we're going to pull the wheel, pull the suspension off, and expose this, and we're actually going to use a plasma torch. We're going to cut all the way up around here and cut this piece off. And we can still get those pieces from Mercedes-Benz, and we can graft those on there. We can tickle out everything on there so it's a brand new piece of sheet metal. And that's really what is a game changer on this, because water does sit there and it does rust. Now once we get the new piece of sheet metal on there, we will certainly perform the same rust preventive features with an etching primer, an industrial coating, and then a final protective coating over top of that. But back here in the suspension on the chassis side are the most common areas that you got to look for when you're looking at purchasing a used truck. And if you do have it, it's something that you need to know ahead of time to know what you're getting into so you can have a properly repaired truck. It's going to give you many, many more years of service. So now the last part of the equation, I'm going to tell you a couple things that you can do at your home. It's not a professional repair, but it will buy you some time. So let's get into it. Case of this truck where we physically can't get it into the booth for a couple of months, but we have that little bit of spot on the door that we need to address. We're going to use rust mort, or you can use phosphoric acid. You can buy it in like tile stores and stuff like that. Spray it on there, let it sit for 12 hours, wash it off, and you should see the bare metal. The next part of the equation is you need to cover it. And in a case like this where you've got no room to get in there, you can't spray it, you can't touch it, you can barely see it, but you know it's there and you don't want it to spread. Your best friend is going to be a wheel paint. And this one's easy, and I'll give you this because it's a white truck and wheel paint is white. The reason I say this is you can buy this at any part store. You don't have to go to an automotive paint store. You don't have to go anywhere special. We defer to this because it is available everywhere. And the other reason is wheel paint is really tough. It's kind of a epoxy enamel that just stays put and it doesn't do a whole lot of crazy stuff. And in this case, it's a temporary solution. Now, again, I'm going to preface, this is not a professional fix. This is something that you can do at home that is inexpensive and stops the rust process in its tracks and buys you time until you can get it in for a proper repair. Hey guys, I just want to clarify, this is phosphoric acid. This is the actual product that we use to deoxidize the rust and prep the surface for some touch-up paint. This works really well. You can get it online at Amazon or some of the other paint stores. If you have a truck that is rusty, this is where you want to go. There's a couple different variants. I think CRC also makes a similar product. Now, when it comes to a touch-up paint that you want to actually put on the truck when you're done, most automotive paint shops will mix you up a little batch. They'll sell you a couple ounces, it'll do it. Obviously, we're spoiled for choice here. We can mix up any color we want. But also, if you are not near an automotive paint store or any place that can mix you up some, if you go to an O'Reilly's, an Advance, and Napa, they always have those paint touch-up kits that work really well. And it's real similar to nail polish, but it's meant to go right onto the bare steel and act as a clear coat and finisher all in one. So grab yourself something like that. Don't stress out too much about being an exact color match, because again, it's a temporary solution to buy you some time, but that is the direction you want to go. Once again, phosphoric acid works really good to deoxidize the rust, and then some touch-up paint after that will buy you months until you get into the body shop for the proper repair. Thank you. Now in this case, what Adam can do is, we're going to go ahead and take care of it, but we're going to spray a little bit of this in the cap. We're going to use a small brush or Q-tip and just get in there and just coat it with it. That's all you got to do. And it's really just get some protective layer on there so that it's not exposed metal anymore. And once you have that, you're good to go. Now, if you've got a silver truck, just get some silver wheel paint. If you've got a black truck, it's easy, just black wheel paint. And really, that's a great solution for stuff that's hidden. It's out of the plain eye's view, and you just need it to buy you some time. So that's one thing that you can do that no body shop is going to turn you away. They're going to say, awesome, thanks for stopping the process. Give us a call and we can get you scheduled in. And it makes our life a whole lot easier. Just let us know ahead of time. Now, on the chassis side of things, if you've got a truck that's in great shape and you want to protect it, or you're starting to see a little bit of corrosion, not sure quite what to do, the easiest way to that is, again, you can spray it with a little bit of rust mort or some phosphoric acid, brush it off or hose it off when you're done to expose the bare metal. And you can either shoot it with some black wheel paint, some black industrial paint if you find it. Again, just black generic paint. Anything is better than nothing. And then there's a protective coating you can put after that. And again, you can buy this in most parts stores. It's made by CRC Marine. It's a heavy-duty corrosion inhibitor. This is a Cosmoline. It's really thick. It's almost waxy. This is super similar to the stuff that Mercedes puts on the chassis from the factory. If you notice, when you buy a new Mercedes G-Wagon from the factory and you take your hand and you anywhere up underneath it, it's going to come back kind of greasy and gross. That's applied there on purpose. Nothing's leaking. It's their corrosion inhibitor, and it's a mix of Cosmoline and kind of a fluid film type thing. So this works really, really well if you've got an area where you just want to stop water corrosion inhibited. The other one is fluid film. This stuff is kind of gross, and some techs hate it, some techs like it. But this is a thinner, more viscous product, and this usually only lasts a couple months. So if you live in like really salty environments or places where there's just a lot of crap on the road, really wintry environments, give the truck a wash when you're done. Run it. This is an area where you run it through one of those underside car washes, get all the stuff off of there, and take the time, take a couple cans and just hit all the joints. This works really well in some hard to reach areas, especially those frame tubes that go all the way through. Just shoot it in there. Something's better than nothing, and it's going to kind of permeate and coat everything to stop any rust and corrosion going forward. So those are some things that you can do at home that will really help stop and mitigate rust and corrosion on these trucks, because that's the bane of their existence. Everything's exposed. And hopefully this is helpful to you guys when you're shopping for a truck, or if you've got a truck, you can look at different areas that are potential problem areas and take the time to really go through and dissect the truck. And if you do see something starting to creep up, it's not really cause for alarm as much as, hey, we can get in front of this and I know how to fix it and stop that process from eating the truck away. So if you got any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm Joe Gocher. I own Alliance Auto Care here in Loveland, Colorado. We specialize in G-Wagons every day of the week. You can email us. Our contact info is there at the bottom. Hit a like and subscribe. We look forward to hearing from you. Joe Gocher, Alliance Auto Care. We fix these every day.